Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Gnomoria. Now, currently, we are out of basalt. That's a problem. Just a little bit of a problem. Not like a, oh my god, it's the end of the game. Sorry, last episode. No, not a problem like that at all. Let's go ahead and I'm going to do this by mining out all of these walls here. And that's going to give us a little bit of extra bauxite, but I want to mine out the floors here. I'm trying to be as efficient about this as possible, and also because I kind of want to dig out everything to be hollow. I went on a little bit of a tangent about that last episode, where it was like, what is the end game? Just dig everything out until you run out of all resources? That's kind of dumb, and then I'm like, so I'm going to dig everything out until I run out of resources, just because it's something I've always wanted to do. Let's go ahead and we will replace the floor with bauxite, like so. And that'll be how we handle this particular scenario. Whoop. And give us access to everything, basically. So hopefully nobody traps themselves on the other side of the wall here doing something goofy, like, you know, mining, like I told them to. So we're going to remove the floor otherwise, like so. And like so. You can go ahead and deconstruct that. We will deconstruct you. So sorry. And then let's go back to removing floor. And then after this, if they manage to get themselves trapped on an island or something, then it's pretty much God help you. Okay. This will give us a nice little buffer for our basalt stores, which I like. I like, there's granite, which is a much more traditional kind of castle-y color, I guess you could call it, but really I like the black on red thing. I went through a whole black, red, gold is my favorite color kind of phase. Oh, well, hold on. I killed the game. Alright. Okay, so, yes, we are back in action, more or less, and this is reorganizing. It set us back, but fortunately not that far. It could have been a lot worse for sure, without a doubt. Let's go ahead and we'll just, you know, swap out the floor again. We're going to do this a little bit smarter, because I realize I know exactly what happened, because I saw it happening as it was happening. And basically there was one guy, one of our miners got stuck on a ledge and just started flipping out, and it wasn't pretty. You had to feel kind of bad for the guy, really. Mine wall. Alright. So we're gonna hopefully try to make a more pathing friendly series of designations here for our miners, so that they don't have to undergo such a troubling scenario that it manages to crash the game on us midway through the process. Definitely have to watch for that. Again, right now the developer has come forward on the subreddit. Somebody was basically like, is this game still being updated? Did I waste my money? And he's like, no, I'm stuck trying to fix a bunch of pathing issues, especially with things like stockpiles, because it's making a bunch of problems for the game. And, you know, he's not wrong. There's definitely, if I had to pinpoint any particular major problem with Gnomoria, that's the Jewish Christmas version. It's Jewish Christmas. By Jewish Christmas, of course, I mean Hanukkah version of Gnomoria. So there you go. Coming soon to a Steam store near you. Let's go ahead and build a torch. Anyways, just for funsies here. There we go. So yeah, that's I would say that's probably its most glaring flaw right now, is the fact that a lot of really goofy things tend to happen that are not great. That's to say the least. And most of them are centered around pathing and stocking items. So hopefully he'll be able to get through that. And as far as I'm concerned, he can take as much time as he wants, because it is a rather large part of the game. That is, you know, everything being kind of ant farmy as it is. Pathing and stocking items is by far the most pivotal part of how the game functions, I would dare say. So I am no programmer, but what little I have done in programming has pointed me to think that, yeah, if you screw up the pathing, you die in real life. So let's go ahead and do that. Whoa, well, you know, that's fine. Trying to keep it as simple as possible. Again, this could take a little while, but I've got hard-working miner gnomes, and they know what they're doing sometimes. Alright, we just mine out the corners. There we go. This is by far probably the safest way to do things. And the subjectively fastest as well, progress-wise. You can just see them looping around over and over again. Nope. There we go. And then we get whole edges like this, which is really good. And they're gonna run away and have lunch. Oh, they're coming back. Okay. They were just caught up. So they decided to go try to do some hauling or something, I suppose. Okay. Okay. And of course, he didn't mind the one block that would allow me to get that whole wall over there. At the very least, they don't fall off of, like, whenever you mine out from underneath them, they don't necessarily fall off into, like, the void or anything, which is handy. So, because it is possible for them to mine out under their own feet, and then that can cause issues. But not really major ones that I've run across. They just fall, and, you know, it's pretty natural. If you've ever, like, been under gravity, you know pretty much how falling works, so. Okay, they're gonna run off again. Oh, you know what? I can mine that whole strip right there, too. Cool. Removing floors. Exciting. So exciting. Oh, God, I can't get over it. Alright. There we go. I think that's a pretty balanced section to work on this way. We're about at the point where I can start feeling confident about just removing the whole floor and they'll figure it out. In fact, let's do that, see how it goes. So I've noticed a while ago he had actually patched it so that they would start mining further back, like they had the, hold on, there's an event. Yeah, Yak is born, okay, nothing I care about. They started being a little bit smarter about the pathing. It used to be awful, like whenever I first got the game, there was just no rhyme or reason to it. They mined whatever, and then you had to like constantly be rebuilding floors so that they can get to places to mine, but they made it a little bit smarter. The problem is that whenever you add mining in sections, like I was doing before, like section here, and then section here, and then section here, that causes issues. But if you can do it all in one sweep, then they're usually okay. They're relatively smart about it. But if you have more than one person working on the thing at a time, that still kind of creates some possible discrepancies. Plus also, they can't pick up items off of tiles that are being worked currently, which is still an issue as far as I'm concerned. But there we go, there's some basalt. I'll continue mining down on this floor if it becomes necessary, but I think we have enough to finish our current reflooring project up here. We'll see. Let's go do something more interesting, shall we? Okay, so we could start repaving over here. Well, we'll wait until they're done with the other thing. Paving requires no previous building, since I'm just doing it for colors to kind of designate areas. And so it'll be raw stone at first, and they'll cruise through that really quickly and not ever build any torches. So while we still have them doing paving jobs actively, we're going to go ahead and continue mining down here. 23, 24, 25. And actually, did I tell them to make lead hammers yet? They should be making lead hammers. I should tell them to do that. Alright, so weaponsmith. We're going to do hammerhead. Lead bar, 27. Yeah, we have enough for 5. Perfect. Okay, craft hammerhead. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and craft all of them. Why not? And we'll come back up and tell them to make hammers out of it, and then we'll have Tailite hammers. They won't be war hammers, which will obviously do a lot more damage, but they'll do for now. They will work, and that's important. Alright, Now, again, the question, do we build bridges or loop around? I mean, I'm definitely building a bridge down here because this is just getting a little silly. But I want to go ahead and finish doing some of this stuff. Furniture, torch. Okay. What? There. Yep. Okay. Logs 96. We're pretty much okay on logs. And stuff should be growing now, so let me look at something. Hold on. Uniform, job type priority. Mining, agriculture. Let's move. Can we build, mechanic, hospital, workshop, farm, grove. We're gonna move you just slightly above agriculture. There we go. So there'll be... trees take longer to grow than most crops do anyways, and since they get so hung up on, like the wheat and everything, and food is not really an issue with us, but things like drinks are, and we can make drinks out of the fruit trees really easily. We'll just have them focus on that, and then... yeah, because trees take like 12 days to grow back from saplings or something, and wheat only takes 6, so it's not a problem. We'll just have them prioritize like that. And then that'll keep our log storage up really high as well, which is desirable. Alright, going to mine wall out this way. 21, cool. Forever 21 by far is like the most arrogant and delusional shop name I've ever heard. I don't want to offend anyone who's like shops at Forever 21 regularly, but it's such a statement in my opinion. It's the I am never growing up past 21, which is ostensibly the most awkward age that you can be at as a young adult. It's basically the 13s of adulthood, and I just think it's funny that, like, of all the ages you would want to claim, for me personally, it's like there's a certain age progression in my head. There's a little bit of a real life headcanon, if you will, of like how you should prioritize age and how you feel about yourself in age and everything else. And I didn't really feel like assured. Like the last time I had a real like earth-shattering, oh my god, everything I thought I knew was wrong, was at about 23 to 25. Like 21 was fun, don't get me wrong, you know, you can go drinking and all that other stuff. But, I mean, after getting in trouble and everything else in my youthful days, it wasn't until, like, 25 is one of those, like, also a hallmark year for lowering your insurance. And I think they were really smart about that, because I think that's one of the last times you really have a moment where you're just sort of like, okay, everything I thought I knew was wrong. This is not how life works. Mortality is a real thing that I must come to terms with. And yeah, everything kind of chills out after that. People who don't have that revelation, I think, have very difficult adulthoods for sure. But yeah, I think that was the last time I was really kind of like, okay, so we're just going to cool this down, try to take things more seriously, not fuck around so much. And yeah, it was definitely kind of a very calming moment in my life in general. But I mean, and still, now it's kind of, I guess 30 is about whenever that starts to kind of wear a little bit, because it's like, okay, I've been playing it safe, and I missed out on a lot of opportunities, and, you know, all of this other stuff that I'm starting to regret slowly as age progresses. So, not to get too much into my personal existential endeavors and whatnot, but suffice to say, it's one of those kind of you're always growing kind of deals. You never really stop growing mentally, especially. There's always something going on that's challenging the way you view the world, and I like that. I like that. There's, you know, the human condition of the internal struggle and all of that, which is a little depressing sometimes, but at the same time, it's kind of like there's always at least there should always be a sense of progress, and I haven't really failed at that. I mean, I've been through my dark times. I've battled with depression and all those other things and that kind of stuff, and then, you know, so far, I mean, I've stuck with it. That's usually the thing, right? They're like, oh, just stick with it, it'll get better. And a lot of the times you're like, you are so full of shit, it's unbelievable. And, you know, you're not always wrong about that, for sure. Like, there's definitely shittier moments than some others, and you know, some moments are definitely shittier than others and warrant special care and attention, for sure. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you know, time heals all wounds, and That's I found to be fairly true. Like, there's nothing that I have yet to go through anything where after the fact I wasn't like, man, I'm really glad I hung in there and was able to arrive at this point I am now in my life. Like, it's always gotten better. And I mean, yeah, for sure, it'll probably get worse at some point, and something really traumatic will end up happening to me in the future, but, you know, you hang in there. It might take a couple months, or a couple days, or a couple years, or a couple decades in some cases, but it'll get better, and you'll have another really great time in your life, and life will go on continuing to be generally pretty badass and livable. So, that's my diatribe on that. There we go. Got a little philosophical with you today. I blame Gnomoria, 100% for sure. So, especially Gnomoria mining, which is maybe just a little tedious. Just a little tedious. Oh, we're waiting for that torch there, and then that hallway will be lit. That's fine. Zombies will attack us, and we will surmount them for sure. Or we won't, and we'll die, and then, no, there will be no more Gnomoria, and I have mixed feelings on that right now, where it's kind of like, yeah, I'm about done. There's not a lot left. It's just basically everything I've done before, except now we're seeking out iron and steel. And that's cool and all, but not particularly interesting to me anymore. I'm really hoping the developer solves all of his pathing issues and everything soon, because I want more content, and I don't necessarily want to play Dwarf Fortress. It's like, hey, you want more content in Gnomoria? How about you just play Dwarf Fortress, which is like just absolutely bountiful in its content. It's like, you're not wrong. However, it's Dwarf Fortress. I have a hard time coming to terms with the fact that I actually enjoy Dwarf Fortress a lot, because it's a really, the gear shifts, the mental gear shifts that are required to really get into Dwarf Fortress are extraordinarily demanding, in my opinion. Like, it's just got so much going on. It's so absolutely terribly granular. Wait, did they fall asleep on the floor, or are they on their way to bed? Yeah, okay, he's on his way. He's got quite a bit of a journey ahead of him, so I'm now monitoring to see if he just barely makes it, because that would make me amused. Oh, and did he? Yes! Okay, he made it to his bedroom. Just in time, I'm sure. So, I should probably make a mining camp at some point, specifically for my miners, and just give them an accessory bedroom to hang out in. Whoa, sorry, I just totally banged the crap out of my pop filter there, which makes an amazing metal twang sound, I'm sure you're aware now. Cotton farm, we are going to resuspend you. I am going to start replacing some dirt, actually. Terrain, replace soil floor with dirt, just because we want some contiguous nice greenery around in the area. That's me. This is me being fiddly with things here. And yeah, I'm gonna fixate on this a little bit, because I want everything to be very green. So while they're building everything else, we'll sit there and do this. Let's go remove ramps. And we'll do it along this side, the side you can't see, of course, because I make all the sense in the world. Don't worry, I got this. Ramp up, soil, dirt. Doesn't matter which way you orient the ramp, it'll always cling to the wall. So far that I've seen, plus also this is a little broken, because whenever you turn it, it doesn't exactly go in the order you would expect. It kind of does a slight opposite thing, which leads me to believe that the ramps are actually displayed opposite to their actual orientation. So, you know, yay beta and all that. There we go, remove ramp. And then, yeah, it is the second day of spring, so we got plenty of time to replace all of these. That's not a big deal whatsoever. It's just going to be timely in the sense of actually setting it up will take a little while. Alright, there we go. And then back to building ramps. Where are we at on time? Hold on. Oh. Dirt clump. Oh yeah, this video is about over, so. This has been Cardboard Decoy playing Gnomoria. If you have enjoyed, do please like, comment, and subscribe. I would be ever so appreciative and thrilled. I have definitely continued getting the occasional subscription here and there, which is nice, because I think I finally have enough videos to create what I would call YouTube kindling, where somebody is going to start liking them. That's just it's a game of numbers after a point, and this thrills me. This thrills me a lot. It makes me very excited about my future prospects. So, yeah, exciting times. I'm very pleased. But yeah, you the Gnomoria viewer, I super appreciate right now, because it kind of, I'll be honest, like, these are all not necessarily guilty pleasure games as I have defined them in the past, and you can probably look that up. I'm not going to go into too many details, but it is a game I like to play. I just always worry about whether or not it's actually watchable. And people continuing to watch this fills me with a great deal of hope and satisfaction, and I appreciate every single last one of you for doing so. Good times indeed. I think, yeah, they'll be able to get up there. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of highway hypnosis looking at all these ramps. Either way, I'm going to do this in between episodes, no big deal. I will spare you the continued editing of these ramps. Those ramps were pre-existing, I believe, which is why they remain grass covered. So, but yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that other stuff. I am Cardboard Decoy, and I appreciate you the most. You personally, right there, you watching, listening to this right now, and internalizing this so that I can slowly draw you in hypnotically into fervent and rampant fandom. Let's see. Ramp up. Soil ramp. This is me ramping up the fandom. Yeah! So intense. Okay, cool. I'll see you next time. Have fun.